In Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, the Minotaur is a large, chaotic evil monstrosity. Being that it's listed as a large creature means that it takes up a 10 by 10 foot space, which allows it to take up more of the battlefield. It has an AC of 14 and 76 HP, and a decent passive perception. It speaks Abyssal, which is interesting since it is not listed as a demon. It has a charge ability that allows it to deal extra damage on a gore attack as long as it moves 10 feet or more before hitting the target. Any creature hit by this also needs to succeed on a saving throw, or else be knocked prone. The Minotaur also has a perfect memory for pathfinding, and it can use its bonus action to give itself advantage to hit on all of its attacks, at the cost of all enemies gaining advantage to hit it in return. As a DM, I would likely use this creature alone versus a low-level party, or use several together for a medium-level party. I'd have the Minotaur live in a lair of sorts that is by nature confusing, like a labyrinth. Players can easily get turned around or mess up their physical maps, but a Minotaur never will. And as the DM, you can say that it has a perfect memory. If the combat takes place in a lair like this, I personally would employ a hit-and-run strategy. I would have the Minotaur go reckless, and then charge and gore a single enemy. If that enemy gets knocked down, that's basically a free escape, since prone imposes disadvantage on the opportunity attack, making it a straight roll with the reckless. The target is likely going to get up on their turn, so there's no point in having the Minotaur stick around. Having the Minotaur leave, go around another way, and then come back to attack the party again allows it to stalk its prey without any danger. In an encounter with multiple Minotaurs, regardless of if they're in a lair, I would have them work together with one charging and goring, and the others using advantage to attack with their axes. On their own, Minotaurs can be a tough enemy against a low-level party, but together, they definitely are wise enough to know to attack as a team, making them very dangerous for low-level, and pretty dangerous for medium-level. The Minotaur originally comes to us from ancient Greek tales about Daedalus and Icarus and Theseus. King Minos of Crete pissed off Poseidon by not giving him a bull as a sacrifice, and in return, Poseidon cursed Queen Pasiphae to fall in love with the bull. She then asked the master craftsman Daedalus to make a hollow wooden cow so she could, express her love. The child that came from that love was the half-man, half-bull monster called the Minotaur. To hide his shame, the king had Daedalus and his son Icarus build a labyrinth for the Minotaur, and then locked him and his son inside with the monster. They would later die in an escape attempt, and the Minotaur would be slain years after that by the hero Theseus, son of Poseidon, by using magic yarn to navigate the maze, as well as a sword and shield blessed by the gods. Some mythologists believe that this tale, while the most prolific in our society, is not actually the original. There exists the small possibility that Minos and the Minotaur actually represented the sun god of the Cretians. When Athens broke away from the Minoan Crete, and when the continent of Greece was no longer under Cretan control, the legend changed to exclude the sun god connection and ridicule Minos, the king of Crete. While some mythologists believe in this change, the overall consensus is that the Minotaur as we know it today comes from the tale of King Minos and the Labyrinth. Comparing the monster in Myth to D&D, they're pretty much exactly the same. 5e keeps the idea of putting a Minotaur in a maze, practically encouraging this with the memory trait that comes with the creature. Based on its stats and the way it looks, it's pretty similar to what we know about the Minotaur in Myth. The only huge difference is that, like a lot of D&D monsters, there are many Minotaurs, and they are a naturally existing creature, instead of a single creature brought about by gods and kings. If you enjoyed that video, consider giving it a like and giving me a follow. And for more of my videos, you can find me on Twitch at Moglaroo, YouTube at Moglaroo Streams, and TikTok at Moglaroo Streams as well.